Good evening, everybody out there in TV land. This is the Dolores County Broadcasting Network, and we are presenting the DCTV 4-H Evening News Program for April 4th, 2018. Camera people, Mr. Daniel Faulkner and Devin Harrison. Video engineer, producer, and sound engineer, Edward. Teleprompter and prompter, Myra. News anchor, Nicholas Husky. Meteorologist, Hannah Faulkner. And this is the news director, the coach of the Texas A&M Aggies. And now the news.
Good afternoon and welcome to the DCTV 4-H News and Weather Program. You can help keep this new show on the air by becoming a sponsor. By sponsorship, just call 970-677-4119. These stories are from the Cortez Journal. Lisa began as a sailmaker decades ago in California when her biologist boyfriend, Lauren, was under contract to shoot predators. He'd come visit her stinking of coyote urine, yet she saw something more in him than his sturdy blood-specked pants. They married, became a team after attending UCLA. Lisa apprenticed with master sailmaker Lawrence DeWitt, and Lauren became her apprentice. That was 1,000 sails ago, with each one crafted by their own four hands. Over the course of 43 years, Western sails are truly a functional American art form. It's very iconic, said Lisa. The history is not so much regional styles as sailmakers designing sails to fit the range. A sail was a cowboy's most prized possession. They'd ride a $400 saddle and a $100 horse, and they were always changing horses. Basic Skyhorse trail riding pleasure saddle starts around $3,000. Custom saddles cost upward of $6,500. The basic Skyhorse trail riding pleasure saddle starts around $3,000. Custom saddles cost upward of $6,500. Special Life Buffalo Calf saddle, named in honor of Sacred Plains Indian myth, came complete with etched hand-tooled images of a buffalo hunt. That unique saddle costs $48,000, and it now amazes visitors entering a home in Park City, Utah. From the Cortez Journal comes the following. CDC drug-resistant nightmare bacteria poses growing threat. Nightmare bacteria, with unusual resistance to antibiotics of last resort, were found more than 200 times in the United States last year. In a first-of-a-kind hunt to see how much of a threat these rare cases are becoming, health officials said Tuesday that more than they had expected to find, and the true number is probably higher because the effort involved only certain labs in each state, officials say. The problem mostly strikes people in hospitals and nursing homes who need IVs and other tubes that can get infected. In many cases, other in close contact with these patients also harbor the superbug, even though they weren't sick. A risk for further spreading. Some of the sick patients have traveled for surgery or health care to another country where drug-resistant germs are more common, and the superbug infections were discovered after they returned to the U.S. Essentially, we found a nightmare bacteria in your backyard, said Dr. Ann Suchovchat, Principal Deputy Director of the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Ancestral pleblones used fire to communicate across vast distances. In 1933, President Franklin D. Roosevelt set about bringing the United States out of the Great Depression with his New Deal. These efforts include a number of things that became part of everyday life, such as the ending of the Prohibition, the establishment of the Social Security, and the creation of the Civilian Conservation Corps, which put unemployed men to work in time when jobs were hard to find. In the Southwest, there are multiple examples of projects taken on by the CCC, including the Lionsden Shelter near Fort Lewis College, many of the trails and the roads of Mesa Verde National Park, and until it was removed in 2010, the Fire Lookout Tower at the Chimney Rock National Monument. Beneath its foundation is a 1,000-year-old fire pit that may have been a piece of the vast communications system that linked ancestral pleblones sites in the Southwest. In the Southwest, there are multiple examples of the projects. Repeat. Now for dumb laws in the city of South Carolina. When approaching a four-way or blind intersection in a non-horse-driven vehicle, you must stop 100 feet from the intersection and discharge a firearm into the air to warn horse traffic. It's perfectly legal to beat your wife on the courthouse steps on Sundays. Charleston, the fire department may blow up your home. And foundation in horses are not to wear pants at all times. Horses are to wear pants at all times. In Greenville, the drinking age on Furman University campus is 60 years old. Hilton Head carriages may not be driven on sidewalks. In Lancaster County, it's illegal to dance in public in Lancaster. In Myrtle Beach, persons may not change clothes in a gas station without permission of the owner. No one may sleep on the bench at night. Dogs may not be on the beach during the summer months during the daytime, or the owner may get arrested. Now for the current weather report with Hannah.
The current temperature is 62 degrees. The high for today was 65 degrees. The low was 27 degrees. The barometer is at 29.99 inches and is steady. The humidity is at 5%. The wind has been between 1 and 6 miles per hour from the northeast. Gusts have been up to 21 miles per hour from the northeast. There has been no moisture measured today by the DCTV weather station. Moisture for the month is 0.0 of an inch. Moisture for the year is 1.8 inches. And now for the big map. We have rain mixed with snow from Washington into the Dakotas and north to the end in Oregon and South Dakota. Dakotas and Washington, and Oregon. More rain mixed with is dumping snow into Wyoming and Colorado. There. North Dakota has snow on the border of U.S. and Canada. Across the west and most of the central U.S., it is clear. In central U.S., yeah. Snow is falling from Wisconsin into Michigan, from Texas into Florida, and up into the Atlantic coast. Rain mixed with snow is found somewhere there. Severe thunderstorms are forecast for North Carolina, Virginia, and Maryland. The south of Florida is getting rain. And now for your exclusive DCTV 5-day forecast. Thursday, mostly cloudy, high 63, high 63, low 39. Friday, rain showers, high 64, low 40. Thunderstorms, high 68, low 41. Sunday, partly sunny, high 58, low 30. Monday, mostly sunny, high 60, low 33. Now for our climate change report. CO2, carbon dioxide, is one of the principal causes of climate change. So it is important that we report the CO2 weekly change. CO2 traps heat in the atmosphere, which this causes climate instability. The result is significant swings worldwide of moisture and hot and cool temperatures. But it is important to note that the overall long-term climate trend is that the planet is warming. The following are the CO2 numbers in parts per million. Last week, 410.06. Week before last, 409.30.3. 1 year ago, 408.27. 10 years prior, 386.77. 50 years ago, 325.02. Thank you, Dr. Peter Tanz of the National Oceanographic Atmospheric Administration. And thanks to Michael McGee of the CO2.Earth website for this information. Remember, you can help keep this Kids the News show on air by buying a sponsorship. To buy a sponsorship, just call 970-677-4119. Thank you. Now back to our news director.
That's the end of today's DCTV 4-H news program. This is the news director, the coach of the Texas A&M Aggies from College Station, Texas, saying thank you and good night. Good night, and thank you for watching.